Bangladesh to Canada, what was that first year like landing in because Bangladesh is pretty warm, correct?
Yeah,
So you go from very warm to when did you arrive in Canada? Did you arrive in the wintertime, in the summertime?
summertime.
Okay.
So yeah, it was in 2018 when I got PR, permanent residency in Canada,
Mhm.
in October.
Okay.
Then when I was planning to travel, I avoided, winter. So
Hmm.
December, January, then I waited, and then I had my plane tickets on May
Okay.
so that I can use to and get the warm weather in Canada. By the way, Bangladesh is not too much hot country like like all the Arab countries.
Yeah.
We would say tropical areas like Florida,
Okay.
so Texas,
Yeah.
California. We have winter like 5-6 degrees Celsius,
Okay.
but never snow. It's never snow here.
Okay. Definitely. So you arrive with your family. You get your first job. What was that like? So again, did you finish your master's degree in Bangladesh?
Yes,
So
exactly.
so you come here and is the work kind of is it lower compared to what you were doing back there, or what was that like?
Are you talking about competencies or
Yeah,
compensation?
yeah. In terms of competency, like what were you doing? Where's the work you're doing in Bangladesh harder, or was it either easier?
Uh, in IT industry, I'd say all are equivalent,
Mhm.
nothing too much. In our country, the IT job is almost similar all over the world. We
Mhm.
need to either we need to provide support or service, but in Canada or in this part, in from my last 3 or 4 years experience, it's more organized.
Mhm.
But in our country, some of them are organized. There are some multinational companies, banks, they have a structure,
Yeah.
like who will do what, takes segregation, role of segregations and other things,
Mhm.
job description. But few companies and few organizations, government bodies, public uh, organizations, they do not have the structure, who will do what and how they are recruiting, how they are supporting. And they usually do not follow the guidelines. So
Mhm.
even though some of those are very flexible, some of them those are very hectic. You need to provide support even after office hours,
Mhm.
even weekends, even without pay, with pay.
Wow.
So there are various things, but in Canada, this part is everything is regulated, so very structured. No calls. If you have any calls, you will get compensation or something. Even I had experience in Bangladesh. I was working in a multinational telecom.
Mhm.
Then we had few things that on call or overtime things, but I would say most of the companies do not follow their rules.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So now you're here now, right? Have you decided, or you've had some time to be here in Canada? What are some thoughts of yours about where you want to be long term with your IT career? Like, do you want to remain in cybersecurity? Do you looking to do product management, architecture? What are some thoughts on that?
Well, it's all about future. It's
Mhm.
it's you never knows where it will land and how it works. But from beginning of my career, I have been trying to learn the knowledge of whatever the IT industries have.
Mhm.
Uh, I from my student life, when I was doing my graduation, then I thought like programming or software development was getting like I had some bad experience with the software development, even though I am doing this right now. But then I thought like then I had opportunity to work with Cisco. Then I did my Cisco CCNA's certification, Cisco Cybersecurity, Cisco Certificate Associate. It's a network associate, Cisco Certified Network Associate degree. Then I got some, you know some interesting things that when I'm doing configuration a device, it's sending the data over the network. When I'm doing something bad, it's not. So it's really something that is not been taught in our academic life. So then I got interested. Then I moved into that career. Then over the period, I worked with different industry like mm, system analyst. Then I worked with system engineer, server, system admin, this kind of roles. And then I was in government for as an IT consultant. So I have overall experience with the solution, how the technology, data centers, infrastructure, IP-based call center works. So I
Mhm.
have diversified the experience, and even then latest, last but not the least, is working with cybersecurity, IoT.
Yeah,
I whenever I feel like this industry is growing and I am getting interested to learn that, it's attracting me, so I'm moving that. And the ultimately in future, once I wish I had, I wanted to be as a CTO, so that I would have knowledge of
yeah,
all the domain and
definitely.
whatever each departments are doing what,
Yeah,
because I have the base groundwork of those areas. So that is my future aspiration
yeah,
plan, let's say. So I'm working in cybersecurity right now. I don't know how many years or how long I will work. So definitely need a good manager, good boss, good company, and good culture, and then the role. So whichever role fits for me in future, I'll try to grab that. Yeah.
definitely. And my experience working with you, MD, like don't ever sell yourself short on that. I have no doubt at all. It might take some time, but I have no doubt at all that you will be a CTO at some point. You know what I mean? So just you hold on to that. Like I I built this channel just for the fact that I wanted to encourage people. Me, I started 7 years ago. I was working in fast food. I had no
Mhm,
idea what I wanted to do. And then
mhm,
I found IT kind of by accident. I was working in collections,
mhm.
and someone offered me, somebody like one director was like, "Hey, you're doing a great job on phone. I think you would be great with desktop support."
Yeah.
And it's been a long, amazing journey ever since that point. And in
Mhm.
the same way I'm looking at it is like I'm hoping to one day open a small, what I mean, managed service company or something like that. And this, if that's your vision of being a CTO of $100 million company, there's what I mean, like you have all the certifications, you have everything else. You are more than capable of becoming that, my friend.
Yeah. Thank you. But at the same time, by the way, you are doing also great in the role you are doing. You are my colleague. You are doing great. I was mm, not surprised or something that I don't know about your background, but whatever did you said that you are coming from a help desk support. I think you did great job there, and that's why you are being here. So what in which role domain we are playing in this company is very complicated. Every products, we have a lot of products. We need a lot of knowledge in domain
Yeah,
and Active Directory, Windows system, Linux system. A
mhm,
lot of small parts are integrated in our solution,
yeah,
and we had not, at least for me,
mhm,
I thought, even I have quite good background,
mhm,
but this is not easy to grab all those knowledge, even though we had not provided with a lot of trainings.
yeah.
We
No,
are
no,
doing, we are learning, we are thinking, we are reading. So
yeah.
this is the learning. I think whenever we are grabbing those technology, we are working with customers, we're doing great. I think great future is waiting ahead for us. So
Definitely.
I think
I,
I think
I I think it's been amazing because like at other places you will go somewhere and you will get placed with one thing. You'll become a Linux engineer. You'll become a
network,
server ad.
server,
But
database.
but here it's like we at our company we get placed on the phones, and every
Yeah,
single day we may be talking to the director of IT. We may be talking to to a 20
yeah.
year professional. It's everything's an experience.
It's quite interesting when some of my friends says
Mhm.
like, "What are you doing now?" It's if you talk with non-technical people,
Yeah,
that's a challenge. And even if you are technical, let's say a software developer.
yeah,
So let people ask me, what specific skill do you need? Did you need to go for this role to
yeah.
select it? What do you do? I said, we do everything. What do you mean? Do development? Do you do? I said, yes, I need to do. I don't know you will call development or not, but sometimes we need to write some examples of coding, Java or C, or we need to, because when the people asking us for the support, they are not the non-tech people.
Yeah,
They are like developer. They have 30 years of development experience.
exactly.
I can talk with him like a, you know,
Yeah,
to talk with him, to to listen, to understand his or her acronyms, I
yeah,
need to know something.
exactly.
So even networking, let's say a network has been changed, so how we can capture the packet, or what is firewall, let's say database, let's say server, OS. Oh, so it's a whole new world, we can't explain easily.
Definitely. What is it? So for you guys, like, how has been the economy in Canada? Like, are you living? We've heard so much about the cost of living in like Toronto. Is the area you're living in? Is it more affordable? What is that like?
I'd say still affordable, sorry, but it depends.
Hmm.
So um, even I had to face, I think I will share this video to my friends and families who
Hmm.
are interested to move in Canada,
Yeah.
because they usually ask me this type of questions. So
Mhm.
rather than to telling everyone separately, I could share this video to this point, to this point, for this specific question. Thank you for this question. No. So it depends. In Canada, it's very wide country and coldest country. So it depends on couple of things. Number one is location.
Yeah.
No, I already mentioned. So the biggest city of Canada is Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal.
Okay.
So if you are in the city, so cost is high.
Yeah.
Almost, I'd say, I am living in urban area, not the rural, I'd say the village, but urban. We have a small city with 100K people.
Mhm.
So it's a medium-sized city, I'd say. So the cost of living, especially for house rent,
Yeah.
is half, or housing market accommodation,
Hmm.
price of house
Yeah.
is almost half or one third, I would say.
Wow.
So this is a good thing,
Mhm.
number one. Then
Yeah.
some people like, city vibes, so
Yeah.
that is not for them. I like semi-urban type. There's no traffic,
Yeah.
so house market is good.
Hmm.
We have calm and cool life, so I could go for grocery for 5 minutes
Hmm.
to play something. So this is one part. Second part is job. If
Yeah.
you have a good job,
Yeah.
and especially for IT,
Hmm.
they're a good market.
Hmm.
So they live a pretty much good standard life. But
Yeah.
for other people, I have to say, like, you need to work very hard to
Hmm.
get a good job, to get a like balanced life.
Hmm.
Some people do have two jobs, even their wives are working with a minimum pay.
Yeah.
You can afford, but it's okay. You
Hmm.
can leave, yeah, but you don't have any savings, you will not have any
Wow.
housing or car or any other things. Yeah.
Hmm.
So
That's
this is the difference.
that's amazing. Like you said, like, do you guys get to go and visit the other areas often? Like, what do you guys do for?
Yeah. So as I'm living in Atlantic side of
Mhm.
Canada, so it's a New Brunswick province. So there it's a kind of hilly area, so lots of place, and we have the Atlantic Ocean. It's a 3 hour 2 hour journey,
Mhm.
uh, drive from here. So we have Prince Edward Island, the renowned island where Canada born. So I often go there, usually in summertime, because
Yeah.
in winter time all over it's covered with snow, so you have nothing to do. But people do, skiing, other winter activities. They
Mhm.
are comfortable, but not we are from warm area. So anyway, and we have other provinces like Nova Scotia. Even summertime, I often go to Montreal. Montreal is a bigger city. Quebec is a 10 hours drive. Toronto, Ontario is like 15 hours drive from here.
Mhm.
So if you need to go outside, there is no international flight, so we have to either drive or fly to Montreal, Toronto. Then we need to fly to other cities. So
Wow.
this is how it works.
Yeah, so it's been a great conversation with you, MD. Like this is getting a chance to see how your mind works and what are some things that you're working towards. Um, what are some things that you would tell yourself? So if you were to go back to being 24 or 22 or 24 years old, what would you tell yourself today about your future?
Uh, but if you want to talk about like IT industry, then one thing, or for the youth generation who are like just graduated or want to graduate or working in any field, even you don't need to have to be graduate, even 12 pass students can do anything like
Mhm.
startup or anything. So my suggestion is uh everyone talks about this, like passion, dedication, hard work. So I would say focus your target, like what you want to see after 10 years or
Mhm.
20 years in your career future. If you want to stand in a standard life of IT, like if you want to get a job of 100K, a balanced life, you want to come into under IT industry, then you need to focus on what are the skills are demanding right now. Do
Yeah.
some research,
Mhm.
like cybersecurity, big data science, or other things, cloud. So, and do some homework and groundwork, study them, uh, know the what is required to go for that positions,
Mhm.
do some certification, knowledge gathering, and reach that companies and try to do something in a platform. Like let's say for job hunting, you need to do LinkedIn. So you need to present yourself and think about what company is looking for. Then you need to present yourself, your resume or your skills to the company and get them, touch with them, try. You need to do well in interviews and other things if you want to get a job. And
Mhm.
for a startup and other things, it's a little bit different. It's more challenging, I'd say, more
Yeah.
concentration, more dedication, more risk and vulnerabilities, I'd say. So that's a different challenge. But
Mhm.
if you want to do something, just focus on it, try, give some extra time, extra miles. So hard work, it's a says like hard work pays off. So it's
Definitely.
never get wasted.
Definitely. I have two questions left, right? So the first question is, do you have any desire to speak like to young people? So whether it's young people from Bangladesh and India, like do you have any desire to go off and kind of just talk about your experiences, things like that?
Yeah, in future, definitely I have a plan to go back to my universities and schools to talk with the juniors,
Hmm.
those who are trying to, most of the people are trying to come, even they ask a few questions to come, how they can come Canada, how I'm getting this kind of job or career, how they can do better in this life. So definitely I have a plan, but not yet, not connected yet with anyone to do something. But if I get opportunity, definitely I'll share my experience. I hope that will help them to shape their career. So I'll talk probably if there is any chance. We have a university alumni and other career platform.
Hmm.
So I'm, still busy with families, I have kids,
Yeah.
newborn kids as well. Even I'm shaping my families and careers. So it's almost, yeah, 13 years is good experience, but I always think that to tell something, I need to gather that knowledge. I have to be that things in my mind. I have to be a proven example to
Exactly.
show someone to, because people will not take this example or my my speech
Mhm.
as a idol or as an example to listen until unless I am a proven example for them. So I have to have proved myself that I am very stable and doing good.
Yeah.
And then if I get an opportunity, definitely I would like to talk with them so that they can get some help from us. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I could definitely see you on stage in a suit talking to talking to the young people.
Yeah.
My final question is ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to test it out? What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I had some chances to work to interact with ChatGPT, yeah, it was good. Like technology, some people say it's like, all the other industries, engineers are developing, like people says there was a study that they are advancing their technology twice in 5 years.
Mhm.
Like whatever the mechanical technology, electrical technology, it was 5 years. But in IT industry, it is getting double in every 8 months.
Wow.
So it's too much fast,
Yeah.
and and I when I was in my school in my undergrad, there was a course AI, artificial intelligence, and then there was a lab.
Mhm.
Like in my lab, there was an assignment for me as a chatbot.
Okay.
I studied and then I worked with that. Like you have some type of questions and they have some kind of answers. We do nowadays, we can see in any industry is an auto chatbot in their websites.
Yeah.
So that was the starting, I think. And
Mhm.
even I worked for a AI company, a startup. So even they are working with machine learning AI. So that is the theoretical part, maybe 10, 20 years back. And they are doing very good. They are learning a lot of chat tools and programming languages, machine learning had happened in 2, 3 years. Sorry, in last couple of years. Then ChatGPT got the breakthrough. I think I'm sure like this is the latest one of the AI version.
Mhm.
Not the I cannot say the best one or something, but they are doing very good. It's started before that even, but this one side, like social networks,
Yeah.
Facebook and other got the breakthrough, but this was not the first.
Yeah.
This is something people got attracted and now it's doing very good. Let's see how it goes, but it will help people. It's a more like, whatever the knowledge they have, they're giving to us. So it's not something that is very very alarming for the people. I think this is good. We have to take it's an innovation like a robot.
Mhm.
uh, we need to utilize it, we need to learn it, we need to take advantage, but we don't need to afraid of that, like they will take our job
Yeah.
because we are creating them, so they will help them. They
Yeah.
will help us. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Definitely. Like you said, like I think that like for those who are creative, it will help you to scale faster. I think that it's definitely an opportunity.
yeah, but it's a kind of alarming, people like call centers and other things. It was the once I was in a call center system, backend system. So when they innovated about the chatbot, their call reduced. So most of the some of the questions, at least 20, 30, 40% or question was resolved by the chatbot.
Mhm.
So this percentage will getting higher day by day. And
Yeah.
it was predicted before, like all the things, automation,
Yeah.
even the automation job, online and everything have taken few roles,
Mhm.
but not all. So we have to be very smart to how we are gonna ahead future with our roles. And we need to you learn how to use ChatGPT as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that the coming generation there'll be a lot more adept at it and take it from there. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. No,
Yeah.
MD, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been a wonderful conversation. I look forward to speaking more with you in the future, and
Yeah.
just thank you again for joining us.
Yeah, sounds good. And thank you so much for having me. And I hope you'll have a very good day, very good journey in your career. And we'll talk more in future soon. Yeah. And take care. We'll talk later.
Bye.